Want me to hit that button? Okay, got it. Do you need me to hit the record button here, or are you recording it?
You can hit it.
Recording in progress. Want me to hit that button? Okay, got it. Do you need me to hit the record button here, or are you recording it?
All right, let me see if I can fill out the restroom pass real quick.
Who needs to go? Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I know you're probably wondering, who's this guy? Well, I'm Brian, and I'll be your new junior advocate for my Lsu College advocate. As you know, my Lsu College advocate, MLCA for short, is designed to help students just like you with preparing for college and career readiness. Just like our other advocates, Izzy, Darren, and Kayla, I'm here to assist you with determining the best path for life after high school. So we're on this journey together. We know there's so much to do with so little time, but that's what we're here for. Don't forget that we provide advice, tips, and resources. So make sure to follow your advocate on social media. Again, I'm Brian, your new junior advocate, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me now.
What's up, guys? It's Darren, your sophomore college advocate.
Hey, Izzy.
Hey, Kayla, how's it going?
Good. So good.
I see you met Brian, your new junior advocate, and now we're going to get to know him a little bit better, see if he can pass the LSU test.
I didn't know this was a test.
So today we'll have some questions. So I'll ask you some questions and then you could ask me some questions. And we'll just let all our freshmen and our seniors and juniors and sophomores get to know us a little bit better.
So, you ready to get started?
That sounds amazing. Let's get to it then.
You ready to get started?
You ready to get started?
All right.
All right, Izzy. So let's get started with some basics. So where did you grow up?
I was born in Guatemala. I was there for a year. And then other than that, I grew up in Baton Rouge for the rest of my life.
What's something that's on your bucket list?
Something on my bucket list. I have a lot of things. Actually, one thing, I really want to go skydiving.
Sky.
Like real sky out the airplane. Skydiving.
That will
So then,
definitely.
I ended up going to college.
I went to college at UL, the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Go
There
Cajun.
you go. I remember it. I was there for a year. So that's a really good college.
What school did you go to and why did you choose it?
So, I am an alumnus of the Southern University in A&M College here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I grew up going to homecoming and football games and Bayou Classics.
I went to Northwestern State University, Working Demons.
I did. I went to a lot of different colleges and made me well-rounded. I did a little bit of everything. I started out at UL. I started out in the art program. And then I ended up going to BRCC for a little bit at the community college because I wanted to try to figure out what I wanted to do while getting those core classes out of the way. And then I eventually transferred to LSU. So I got like the really small college, the medium college, and the very, very large college experience.
What inspired you to go to college?
If we're being bluntly honest here, just to get away from my family. Wait, this not gonna be online, is it?
Yeah, right on Lsu's YouTube channel, at Lsu 1000.
I gotta change my answer. I want my mama seeing it. What superpower would you ever want, and how would you use it?
Oh, that's a good one, because I think about superpowers all the time because I love Marvel and superhero movies. I would have to say teleportation.
I thought about it and I realized that I would love teleportation because then I would be able to get a little bit more sleep and I wouldn't have to worry about traffic and I could go anywhere in the world without having to pay money for a rental car or flights. It would be so nice.
I would either want to be able to control things with my mind so that way I can lay on the sofa while I clean up my house.
What do you miss about high school?
The opportunity to be on stage. I was in the performing arts program in my high school and I spent a lot of my childhood and life just in rehearsals and on stage. So that would be something I say I miss the most. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, that's easily. One of my favorite animals is a dog, but for sure, a turtle or like a fish.
My animal would have to be a phoenix. You know, even though phoenix may not be real. They grow and then they die. Then they rise from their ashes. So yeah, phoenix, whether it's real or not.
Harry Potter fan?
I am.
Well, here's a good one. What is your favorite board game?
My favorite board game. I don't play a lot of board games. So I
Really?
feel like I have to like go backwards. Like, I mean, my favorite one when I was growing up was definitely Sorry. I've always wanted to play Sorry.
Why did you choose to work for Lsu and become a Lsu advocate?
It was always about providing equity of college access to students who may have grown up just like you and I did. And being able to see them, motivate them, work with them, that makes this work special to me because it's a lot of information out there, a lot of things with helping students choose their perfect college or career readiness path. And just being able to be a listening ear or a helping hand is what makes this work special to me.
So what do you love most about being a college advocate at Lsu?
That is a really great question. But I think my favorite part is just being able to interact with just the students and having that kind of being able to, hey, just so you know, like, we can help you prepare for things because there's so much to know about it, and to be able to communicate with them is so much fun, and to be able to hang out with them at the F.L.Y tour and do games. I think that's like my favorite part.
So why did you choose to join us here at LSU and take the position as our public relations specialist and our junior advocate?
I love college. Like, I went back to school just because I love it so much, and just being that person that can help people.
For me, I definitely love the F.L.Y tour. F.L.Y tour is so much fun every week when we get to do that. And but I think just really being able to hear our students out and hear, you know, what they're worried about or what they're concerned about, and then when we are able to make content and things that really help them, and when they come back to us and tell us like, okay, I'm not as scared anymore. I feel like I can handle this. I think that's the best part of the work that we do. When you see a student go from like, I was terrified about starting school or about going into this year of high school, but now I feel like I can do this.
I'm so glad that we have this chance to just talk to each other and just have this opportunity for our students to get to know each other, to know us a little bit better.
Absolutely. Well, it's time to get back to work. So I'll talk to you later, Izzy. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're out.
Sayonara. Oh, wait, one more thing. The Spring 2020 F.L.Y tour is approaching. So be on the lookout because we want you guys to join us on Zoom and YouTube Live.
Hey, what's up, Izzy? Hey, Jessica. Oh, hey, everyone. It's Jessica. She's one of our regional coordinators here at LSU. Can you believe we have to write essays for all these scholarships? Look, they have one for duck calling and even a zombie apocalypse. But I have to write essays for all of them. I bet it's not that bad once you get started. And sometimes you can use the same essay for more than one scholarship. I'm just not sure if my writing skills are that good. And I have all these thoughts in my head, I just don't know how to put them on paper. The writing process can look different for everyone. In just 5 easy steps, we can help you in your journey as you write your A+ essay to earn money to help pursue your college dreams.
Oh, really? In just 5 steps?
All right, let's hear it. Step 1. The first thing every good writer does is brainstorm. This is just getting your thoughts down on paper. For some, this can be the hardest part, but it doesn't have to be. If you're stuck and can't think of anything, try going for a walk or phoning a friend to get those creative juices flowing. Step 2. Now it's time to work on that draft. Now that you know what you want to write, let's get it on paper. For this step, all you're going to do is simply write down every idea you had down to the smallest of details from your brainstorm. Step 3, now it's time to revise, and revise again. Here, you're going to refine what you've already written. Add or take away any unnecessary words or phrases, make sure your word count is correct, and give your essay to a friend or a family member to give their input. If you don't have someone available to review your work, ask a teacher to take a look at it, or find out if your school has its own writing assistance resources that you can take advantage of. Replace overused or unclear words, focusing on accurate expressions. Use a thesaurus to expand your vocabulary. Read your writing aloud to ensure it flows correctly. For your 4th step, you want to edit your masterpiece. This is the process of fixing any mechanical, grammatical, or spelling errors you may have made. And once again, check your word count. Be sure all sentences are complete, correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Change words that are unclear or used incorrectly. Check for correct subject-verb agreement, and have someone look over your work. Again, if you need help with grammar during the editing process, be sure to check out the online writing tools available on our website. Step 5. Now you're finally ready to let the world see your masterpiece. Have someone look over your work one more time and then make any needed edits. And after that, you're ready to finally submit your essay. And remember, you can get a copy of these tips in our Counselor's Corner. Thanks so much, Jessica, for the tips. Anytime. Happy writing. Actually, thank you so much. Let's do this.
What's up, students? After another unique year of distance and hybrid learning, your tenacity, resilience, and determination were unmatched. 2021 was not easy, but you guys handled it like pros. LASA programs in Louisiana Europe held 2 virtual fly tours in 2021 and found success in exposing more students to the importance of understanding why college selection, financial aid, and degree completion lead to a successful career start. Over 9,000 students logged into Zoom to see the spring and fall 2021 fly tour. Over 900 viewers were exposed to the fly tour on LASA's YouTube channel, and for that, we thank you. Using interactive games to expose you to your post-secondary options was so much fun. And I gotta give a special shout out to our participating post-secondary partners. We heard from Louisiana Tech University, Delgado Community College, Southern University and A&M College, Louisiana State University, Northwestern State University, Southern University Shreveport, Grambling State University, and Dillard University. We hope that you now have a better idea of an institution that is your best match. Oh, and one more thing. We have some new ideas underway for the Spring 2022 Fly Tour, so I'll see you soon at a campus near you.
Only on the Fly Tour Network.
What's up, students? Kayla, Izzy, Brian, where y'all at?
Hey guys.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
What's up?
Izzy, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
What's up, Izzy?
What's up?
See me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, there's a little bit of an echo though.
The echo, but we
Hold up.
we see.
Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Sure can.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
How you do that?
Good morning, y'all.
There we go. I hear something.
There we go. We can hear
I
y'all.
hear some classes. Come on now.
All right, if y'all
we
can see us, wave. How about that for a good morning, huh?
Okay, Miss Hodge, I see you.
There we go.
Okay.
I see you guys.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So we need y'all to rename yourself so we know what grade level you are in your classroom, so that way we can get you guys in the correct grade. So yes, please rename yourselves. We want to make sure we get you guys moved over to the right space. But other than that, how's your morning going?
How many of y'all drink coffee? Let's see, any raise of hands? Okay, I see some hands. You need to start off the day with some coffee.
In high school? Are you serious?
I drank coffee every day in high school.
I did not start drinking coffee till 2 years ago. So.
Kayla, we can't see you. Somebody said iced lattes.
Having a little technical difficulties over here. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Still waking up?
Still waking up. It's
but the party just started though.
Most of you guys do Monsters, energy drinks. Oh my goodness. I would be like shaking from a Monster.
I just had a little apple juice in the morning, a little orange juice when I was in high school.
Water, something. I know.
That's good.
Well, guys, welcome back. 25 with Alex. So, are y'all ready?
Kayla, you
Yes.
kind of going in and out, Kayla.
Right. Well, I'll reiterate what she's saying, guys. Like, she is so excited that we're here for the 2022 Fly Tour in partnership with LSU. So we hope you're having an awesome school year so far, and we're doing everything in our power to prepare for your future, guys. Or in your power, too.
Right. And as you all saw, we have a new junior advocate who has joined the team. So he's here to assist the juniors as you continue your journey through high school. I know you got 1 year left and you got a lot of questions, so that's what Brian's here for. And let's give him a huge, huge welcome.
What's up, juniors? I can't hear you. No. Okay. It's fine. I'm just happy to be here with you.
Slide your head up, baby.
On this journey.
Like you there? Okay. Thank you.
All right, before we get started, you know we got to go over some quick rules.
But first, I'd like to thank the counselors and the teachers for attending the show today, for making sure that we put on an amazing show for you guys today. We just appreciate you for helping us.
Thank you, counselors. Secondly, we need you all to remain muted so that everyone is able to hear everything that is being presented. There will be times where we ask open-ended questions and unmute yourselves so you can answer directly, or you can use the raise your hand function and through Zoom, and we will unmute you. So that way, because we do want you to be interactive with us.
Mm-hmm. It won't affect y'all. You want me?
Right. And lastly, please respect all the presenters that will be on the sessions today. And most importantly, please, please, please respect each other and the other schools here today.
Yes. Now that that's out of the way, it's time to have some fun, guys.
And then today you'll be heading into breakout rooms to learn more information to help you with your decisions about your future. So you'll be getting one of us advocates to host your breakout rooms.
And we know the seniors are going to have the best room always.
I mean, the freshman advocates, come on, guys. We're going to bring on the energy.
It's all about the juniors. Always love you. But
all
right, let's use this chat. By a show of hands, do anybody know what their major is already? Anybody?
Okay, I see some students raising their hands. Candace Fountain, I see some of y'all. Riverdale. Okay.
That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you don't know yet. It's okay if you don't know yet, but you know.
Do you know what a major is?
Does anybody know what yep?
So whether or not you answered yes or no, this is what we're here for today. We want to get you on the right track and just get you thinking. Mm-hmm. It's for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. It is not too soon for you to start thinking about what your career will be or what you're going to major in when you go to college.
Right. And it's never too early to begin preparing for high school and life after high school. And LSU 5-point match tool helps make sure Louisiana scholars like you have everything you need to prepare for awesomeness in school and beyond.
Yes, and for my students who don't know what a major is, or even if you're unsure about choosing your major, be sure to head on over to unlockmyfuture.org to help you get some possible career matches.
And remember, there's a path for each, whether it's a 2-year or a 4-year university, or even a certification program. You choose what's best for you in your future.
Absolutely.
Right. So now we're about to get into these breakout rooms with your advocate. We're going to have some fun. How many of y'all like to watch Netflix?
Okay,
Netflix.
Okay. I got a feeling y'all going to enjoy the breakout rooms today.
Okay. You'll have to guess what themes we chose for these breakout rooms. Right. See y'all there.
Hey guys, I'm about to put y'all in some breakout rooms. LOCRA, what is your grade level? What's your grade level? Can y'all hear me? Okay, hold on 1 second. Miss Candace, what is y'all's grade level? Miss Candace, what is y'all's grade level? You're muted. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. There you go, Miss Candace. What's your grade level?
Oh, it's even TikTok.
This meeting is being recorded.
Girl, what they do, maybe look at everybody.
You don't have to, you do it yourself, you swipe up.
Hey, ooh. You think they feel tall you?
I wasn't trying to put down and look for my phone. Why is Jay and Marisha getting to me? Marisha get depressed and Jay become angry.
Right, what y'all be having going on? And then you had just post some hate.
All right, all right. I don't know about you guys, but the freshman class, my breakout room was amazing. They were interacting. They were blowing up the messaging.
My juniors, I think we are ready. I think we prepared for whatever life about to throw at us right now at any given second.
Right. I mean,
such a great job. We had some technical difficulties, but they were definitely active. They know their stuff. They are ready. They have already been accepted to colleges. Go see. Yes. So we are so proud of them, and they were definitely active throughout the whole time. So, you know, the seniors always come ready. They're always the best group.
Just being biased.
Right. We can't hear you, Darren.
I've been talking and y'all couldn't even hear me. Okay. So next up, we're going to take a deep dive into the college admissions process and learn a little more about campus. On the call, we have representative from LSU, Louisiana State University, and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So he's going to be sharing with you guys.
So please remember there's going to be a lot of information presented. So take notes and jot down any questions that may arise throughout the presentation because they're here to help. So during our game, we did learn a little bit about LSU. So if you have questions from that, that's a good place to start.
Yes. Remember, Math 101 was about LSU. So again, listen closely, jot down information, and just be there, be present, and make sure that you're open. So let's give a big round of applause for LSU, y'all.
Right?
Welcome to the Fly Show, LSU.
There you go.
All right. So I'm going to turn it over to Christian from LSU. He's going to be talking to you guys today.
Before I get things started, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
All right, sounds good, sounds good. So I was actually in the breakout session with the seniors. You know, I overheard, many of you guys being accepted. So it's also a great thing to see and also hear that we have many of you guys being accepted. My biggest thing, me as far as representing LSU, is just giving you guys just the access and just learn a little bit about LSU. I'm really big on advocacy. I'm really big on access to college. So whether if you go to LSU or not, as long as you're going to college and as long as you're getting that education, that's what's important at the end of the day. So like I said, I'm just here to share a little bit about LSU, talk a little bit of here and there. And then of course, from then I can then answer a little bit more questions as far as LSU moving forward. So just to get things started, of course, I just want to formally introduce myself. So my name is Christian DeJesus. I serve as the Assistant Director in Multicultural Recruitment. I'm originally from Philly. So one of the biggest things that I always try to tell students is that here at LSU, you're going to be meeting with individuals that's coming from all across the state, all across the nation itself, and all across the world. So that's one of the unique things about LSU. I know I overheard a couple students saying that they want to meet new people. So, LSU is a great opportunity for you to, not just see people from the state of Louisiana, but see folks from, all across the state itself. So just to talk a little bit about LSU as far as, what we represent. So we are known as a flagship institution. So pretty much we are the representative of the state of Louisiana, and we're one of 50. So each state has one university that represents the state, their respective state. So we're one of them. Not only that, but we're one of 27 institutions that has a land, sea, space grant institution. So that means that we attract many professors that come from all across the state, all across the world itself, that want to teach here at LSU. And that's something that's really amazing because, for those of you, I know I know there was a discussion about Netflix. So if any of you guys watch Stranger Things, one of our professor is actually one of the characters at Stranger Things, and he actually teaches Act 101 here. So it's just like one of those things where you're actually meeting professors that's actually doing the field work itself. So that's one unique things about LSU itself. So to continue on, I know we mentioned, especially with the one question with 78 degrees that you will receive, but we also have within academic programs. So that means that, there's different things that you can dabble in on as far as different academic programs that you can be a part of. So there's some of our popular majors that most students usually come to LSU for. So of course, it's our pre-med, biological science, pre-nursing, psychology, kinesiology, computer science, and many others. But these are just some of the things that I just want to highlight as far as that. We also conduct research. So that's one of the big things here at the university is that you don't have to be a science major in order for you to, be interested in research. You can be a business major and be interested in research. So any major that you go into, you can pretty much do some research with a professor. One of the biggest things that that's going to be happening this year of 2022 is the fact that we're going to be the very first university that's only run by students to send an object to the moon. And that object is used for safe space travel. So instead of getting radiation or if not any injuries or any diseases, after traveling to space and back, all of our students have developed this object in order to reduce that level of that illness itself. So that's something that is incredible. It's only run by students. So it's about to be a historical moment. We're only going up. So that's one of the biggest things for us moving forward. So some things I do want to highlight is a couple of our majors itself. So some of our, LSU majors that we do have that's popular within the senior colleges. So within the arts and humanities, we have art, music, architect, theater, landscape architect. Not going to name everything, but you can kind of see the screen right there within our art and humanities. Within our social science, we have, of course, within our senior colleges of business, human science and education, humanities and social science, as well as mass communication with that law degree itself, that 3+3 program. One of the big things that I do want to mention about our law degree that is very unique with that 3+3, basically what that means is you do 3 years of undergrad. And then after your undergraduate degree, you then do the next 3 years as far as going to law school. So literally you can get your JD within 6 years. Typically it's always like around 7 to 8, maybe 9 years. So kind of like, it's one of those things where you can actually get your JD as soon as possible, but in a quickly fashionable reason as well. Now, next we also have the science and engineering. So that's one of our biggest, I'll say our biggest class that usually most of our students come in with. So this is something that, is very popular to LSU, not just within the state of Louisiana, but also across the world itself. So we do attract many students that come from all over the states itself just to come to be a part of our science and engineering programs itself. So a couple of things that I do want to highlight is the fact that we are growing when it comes down to our graduation rate. That is something that is incredible that we're doing within the 4 to 5 year plan. So that's one of the biggest things that we're excited about. Also higher acceptance rate. So ever since 2017, we have changed our whole philosophy of how you come into LSU. So it's not just by a GPA or just a test score, it goes by a holistic review. So basically we look at you as an overall student and we just see progression. And I will get into that a little bit later. Also, when it comes down to acceptance rate, it's not just acceptance rate within the undergraduate level. We're talking about if you're trying to go into your master's degree, or if you're trying to go into law school, or if you're trying to go into any med school as it is. So that's one thing to definitely think about when it comes down to that degree itself. Not only that, but as far as higher starting salary rate. So here at the state of Louisiana, students that graduate from LSU will actually earn $15,000 more than the average student that graduated from another institution itself. So that's another thing that we also talk about. So other things as far as how we want to support you. So one of the biggest things that we do provide for you all is Genesis mentoring. So mentoring is one of the biggest things here at LSU. We want to provide, many access to you in order for you to be successful in college. We also have the African American Cultural Center. So this is, a center where we invite all different types of groups. So you don't just have to be a Black student just to be a part of this. It's actually welcome to all students, but this is a good opportunity to find that safe space, but also find a comfortable area just to study and mingle with other folks. Not only that, but we also have the Center for Academic Success. So that's where you have your tutoring, SI sessions, things of that nature. And then we also have the Career Center when it comes down to getting that internship and getting that job right after college itself. Now, when it comes down to, having those opportunities itself, we do have internship year round starting at freshman year. And we also provide many, job opportunities for our students, such as Disney, ExxonMobil, Netflix series, believe it or not. We also have many of our students that be a part of ESPN, ABC, CNN. So, there's many opportunities that's out there for you guys, especially coming to LSU. Next, of course, money talks. One of the biggest things that we're committed to is access. So we have over $1 billion, and that's billing for B, as far as scholarships and financial aid for our students. So that's one of the things that we do want to provide for you all is definitely that access to college itself. Now, some of the other things that I do want to mention to you guys is the merit-based scholarship, the legacy scholarship, and need-based scholarship. So these are just a few scholarships that we do offer for our students, but it's just to highlight a little bit about what we do at LSU. Now, when it comes down to, student life and club, we have over 450 plus academic program that's out there for you guys. So, I'm sorry, a student organization for you guys. So, instead of just, going into class and then just going back into your room, we have many different clubs and organizations that's provided for you all. So, we have many things that's down the list, from the Black Student Union to NAACP to student government. If you're thinking about, creating your own organization, all you need to do is just have 15 people just to sign off, just stating that, hey, I want to be part of this organization. So we have many of those opportunities that's out there for you all. All right, so next, this is the biggest thing that I want to, since we have a mix of folks here, especially if you're coming in as a freshman, we want to make sure that in order for you to prepare for greatness as far as college in general, is to provide you with, these different types of access and these different types of things that you should be doing. So as a freshman, definitely get involved within your respective high school, enroll in different types of classes, just to be well-rounded. As a sophomore, continue to do what you're doing, enroll in, any courses that's, whether if it's AP, honors, if those things are provided for you. Also talk to your high school counselor, talk to, career counselor, even talk to like some of your teachers, those are some of the things that you should be having those conversations about. And then also consider taking like those practice exams itself, especially the ACT. As far as my junior goes, this is where you continue to do that, but this is when things get real. So this is where you start taking the ACT, SAT exam, start attending the college fairs, coming in for high school visits, especially when colleges are coming in to visit you, or if not, going to the colleges and visiting the college. And then, of course, as far as my senior goes, this is where you should definitely reach out to your admission counselor. So, prime example, I'm one of the admission counselors that represent LSU. So definitely take advantage of that as far as you move forward. As far as applying goes, we have two different deadlines. So first deadline is December 15th. That's basically our priority deadline for scholarship opportunities. And then we also have our February 1st application deadline. So, we have different opportunities for our students to definitely, have these opportunities itself to, come into LSU. But one thing I do want to recommend is definitely circle in that December 15th. That is the most important date. The earlier, the better. Not only that, but you also have a greater opportunity to receive scholarships, especially that December 15th deadline. So just like how I was just talking about when it comes down to different opportunities as far as academic performance, that's one thing that we look at. We look at GPA trends, so that's all we look for. So if you slip up during freshman year, it's all good. If you slip up even during sophomore year, it's all good. what we want to see is progression. So we just want to see an upward trend within your grades. That's one thing that we wanted to make sure. Not only that, but we also test optional. So you don't necessarily have to submit your test scores. So that's one thing to definitely think about when it comes down to it. I know there's always that question of, hey, should I send in my test scores? Should I not? But that's the conversation that you definitely should have with your admission counselor, whoever representing LSU that comes to your high school, or if you come to our campus itself. Not only that, but the recommendation letter, you can definitely, that's something that is required for us. So letter recommendation could come from your counselor, from your teacher, to your coach. The only thing it can't come from is your mom and dad, or if not your parents. I understand, typically parents are always saying, my baby did a great job washing the dishes, taking out the trash. Hey, that's all good. That's all great. But of course, we gotta let the teachers, the counselors, and all of them take over from that. Community impact, what you have done within your high school. That's always important. And also your voice. Now, our essay is optional, but typically anytime you hear the word optional, definitely see it as a requirement, because like I said, you're competing against different other students, not just the state of Louisiana, but all across the state itself. So that's one thing that you want to do to stand out when it comes down to it.
Thank you so much for all that information. So do any of our students have any questions about LSU?
Great. What y'all think about that? Was that very informational?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if y'all thought y'all enjoyed it. Y'all got some information from it. No hands? I hardly see any hands up.
There are some.
For them.
There it is. Sicily Island, 9th grade. I see you guys. And then 12th grade, Scotlandville. I see you guys. All right. And then are this SPEMA students? SPEMA. There we go.
Okay, I see we have some questions. If you guys want to drop them in the chat, or one at a time, come up and unmute yourself, then we can take the questions. And it could be questions for us, about LSU, about college, about our paths, whatever you guys are interested about. I know you guys have questions, because it's not easy trying to figure out what to do next.
Yes. Or if you have questions about anything that we had in the breakout rooms, any of that information, if you have any questions about that, we're more than welcome to answer.
Okay, wait, let me open my chat. So first we have, what is it like for Black students at LSU?
So I did my graduate degree at LSU. So I worked a lot with, so I was a part of the Black Graduate Student Professional Association. I was actually the president of it. But as far as for the undergraduate students, I worked closely with the undergraduate students because we did mentoring. So although I didn't do my undergrad at LSU, I can give a little bit of insight. LSU does have a lot of some good support for Black students. Like there's the Black Student Union. There is the African American Cultural Center on campus, which is basically the hangout spot for a lot of the Black students. At certain times during the year, they have different events going on. It's kind of served a lot as a safe space to just hang out, interact with each other, meet other Black students on campus. So LSU is a WI, a predominant institution, versus like Southern is a historically Black college and university. So there are resources on campus to make sure that minority students or historically underserved students do have what they need to build community and to feel included on campus. They have some amazing Black professors on campus that I have that are still mentors for me after I left for graduate school. So there is definitely support there on campus. There's the Office of Diversity that you can get connected with. And like I said, there's the African American Cultural Center, and also not just for our Black students. If you are Latinx, LGBTQ, if you are an international student, they also have resources for other historically underserved populations on campus as well, to help you have some comfort and to help build community on campus as well at LSU.
All right, and we have Christian back. He's having a little technical difficulties, so we're going to allow him to finish, and we do have some students asking questions about LSU as well.
Yeah, my apologies, y'all. I know I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm back now. But basically, I'm already wrapped. I wrapped up basically on that last portion of it when it comes down to it. I know, Kayla, thank you for taking over for me. As far as, I know you said you went to grad school at LSU, so I know definitely you kind of looked out for me on that one. So appreciate you filling in for me.
No problem.
All right, thank you, Christian. We have another question in the chat. They're asking the advocates, what was your college experience like? Were you involved in any clubs or organizations? Yeah, we're just going in order. I'll start with you, Izzy.
All right. Yeah, my college experience, I have a very unusual college experience because I did go to college for about 7 years. I did 3 different types of colleges. I went to ULL, community college, and then I ended up at LSU. So the college experience at a variety of colleges is just dependent. This is why we think it's so important for you to make sure you enjoy how big the campus is, because it does make a difference. Like LSU's campus, it has a lot of students. And then there's also community colleges is a lot smaller, has a lot more students compared to smaller students. So my college experience was really enjoyable. I enjoyed going to the games when I was at ULL, Go Raging Cajuns for that. The games are very, very fun. And then it's just meeting people in the as your freshman year, getting involved in those freshman classes and meeting and making connections really pays off. And then at LSU, as I got more into my major, I got more involved in my major's like clubs. So in communication studies, they had a club for communications, and that really helps you build up networking and opportunities that you might want to do with your major. So I really enjoyed that was kind of like my college experience, was just meeting tons of people in college and outside of college too. And in the clubs, like I was saying, was like clubs related to my major. I was really involved with certain religious groups too, so that was like really nice as well. And then even one thing I did wish I was more involved with was also like more involved with international students, with me personally, like me being a Hispanic, being more involved with that group as well. And they literally have clubs. Can I say LSU has clubs, and different colleges have clubs for everything? They had clubs I don't know how many of y'all watch it, but there was an anime club, there's intramural sports. I did intramural softball for a while too. So that's something that's really good, is you can make your experience what you want and with all your hobbies. So Darren, I'll leave the next part to you.
Okay, I am a graduate of Southern University in Baton Rouge, and my college experience was, I'm just gonna say, it was more than I expected. And I say that because, I'm from Baton Rouge. I grew up going to Southern, homecomings, Bayou Classics, everything. But when you become a student, it's just a whole different feeling. And I was heavily involved. I was in student government. I ran for student positions. I was in a business organization, NAACP. I was in an organization dedicated to students with my major. And it was just fun. College is what you make of it. I met a lot of new people. When I tell you that you meet people who become friends for life, like your future significant other or your future godparents to your children, that's what college is about. And you create these relationships, you establish these memories. Like, it's stuff that you'll always think about. There are gonna be hard times. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you there won't be, but there will be. But going through that with the people around you makes it all the more better. Like, literally, you guys you may be broke and like, we need something to eat or whatever, and you just sitting there laughing about it. But it's just about not being alone. It's about that experience, that relationship, and just building these connections with people, with your teachers, with just random people you may see one day and may not see ever again. College is an experience and it's what you make of it. And so with that being said, I'll turn it over to Brian.
Oh, Brian,
we can't hear you. I think we might be able to hear you now.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, all right. Well, just going back off what Darren said about how it being an experience, and it's definitely what you make it. Out of us four, I went to college the farthest. I went to Northwestern State in Natchitoches, and it was, as a freshman, it's hard being away from home for the first time. I was 3 hours away from home. At that time, I didn't have a car just to come back and forth. So it really made me get out there and make new friends and do more stuff. And I kind of love that about it, because I joined a ton of clubs and was part of different organizations, and that was the fun part, because I got to know people and got to see different people from different backgrounds and different areas, because North Louisiana is totally different from South Louisiana, and you'll learn that once you go to college and spread away. But it was definitely fun. Would I do it again? Probably, but only for the fun part, not for the classes or the tests, none of that.
Yes, most definitely the experience part.
Yeah, just the experience part. I do that again.
Yes. So, for me, I graduated from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Go Cajuns. So I was a biology major, and my course load was very heavy. So I was one of the students that had to be in the library all the time. But I still made time to go out and have fun with my friends, because you still have to have a balance of doing the fun things, but also making sure you stay on top of your schoolwork. I was also one of those students that was a very high achiever in high school. And when I got to college, it was a rude awakening, because I was a student that could cram for a test the night before and still get an A, and got to my first biology class and tried to do the same study skills that I had in high school. And I got my first F and D's on a test and was like, woo, this is a struggle. So I had to learn how to actually study. And that helped. I did that by making friends in my classes. We would have study groups, and those friends I'm still friends with now. I had never gone to tutoring when I was in high school, but when I got to college, I was like, I am going to tutoring. I am meeting with my professors, because I had to relearn how to study and really how to participate in those classes. So it was a culture shock at first when it came to academics. I was involved in a lot of organizations on campus. I was a part of the Pre-Professional Society. I was a part of the Black Women Leadership Association. I was a part of the Unity Committee for the University Council. So we posted a lot of different events on campus. And I was in my whole 4.5 years at UL, I only missed 3 home games for the so building that community and being a part of that, because I was there during the years that we were winning. We did a whole lot of winning. We went to bowl game and everything. So that was, and I was a little bit further away. So I chose UL because it was far enough away that my parents couldn't pop up on me, but close enough that I could still make my way home on the weekends and go shopping at the House of Mom for toilet paper and all those other things that you need for school. Kept the ramen on deck. So I definitely enjoyed my college experience and it was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend if you can do work study. I was a part of I did a work study program and I was worked in the Career Counseling Center, and it actually jump-started my career of now helping all of you figure out what you're going to do for your major in your career.
Yes, yes, yes. So y'all, dual enrollment, I promise you, please look into those opportunities, especially for my 9th, 10th graders and also my 6th, 7th, 8th graders. Please, please, please look into dual enrollment because I promise it will help you out in the long run. You save money going to college and you can even graduate early than 4 years. So yes, dual enrollment, please look into those opportunities because it helps. When I tell you it helps, trust me, it helps. Any more questions for us guys?
I don't see any.
So do y'all feel like y'all learned some things today? Are y'all excited to think about more career?
I see a
I know.
hand and was that a hand? Okay.
Y'all have a question? No more questions?
No more questions? It can be about anything
My
college
8th
related.
graders, are y'all ready to go to high school? Yes, I see a little bit. Somebody shook their head.
I know. What about Cicely, Madison that were in my breakout rooms, SIHS? How are y'all feeling about it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yes, there we go.
Someone said yes, for sure. How important is it to sticking to a major? Okay. So when we talk about majors, that's what we match point one, aptitude, skills, and interests. We want you guys to choose a major based on things you already love to do. So that way when you get to college, you know, you're not really you have a plan or some type of start based on what you think you want to do. Now, if you get to college and you pick a major and you start taking those prereqs and those classes like, yeah, this is not for me, then it is okay to switch your major. So, because you don't want to spend 4.5, 5 years getting a degree in something that you are miserable in, you hate the classes, like you just, I wasted my time. So I'm not gonna say it's super important to stick into a major, but you want to make sure you choose a major that you're gonna love, that you're connected with, and that's gonna help you become a better student and a better person by the time you graduate. So for instance, if you choose biology in freshman year, and then you take all these science classes and are like, I don't even like science, then that's the time when you go back to the drawing board and choose something else.
So this career counseling is my area of expertise. So with that, like Darren was saying, and I also see in the chat that says, what if you were undecided? So your best resource on campus is there's going to be a career center. It may be called the Majors and Career Exploration Center or just the Career Services, career counseling, but they offer testing. So we offer the unlockmyfuture.org, but once you get accepted, even if you aren't on campus yet, a lot of times you can still do their testing, which is going to be much more intensive. And even though you haven't decided on your major, many of your freshman courses are just going to be prerequisites that can transfer over to other programs. It is best for you to try to figure out what major you are locked into by the end of your sophomore year, because it really is going to be when you start moving into those more specialized courses that don't transfer over to other courses. So as far as making sure that you graduate within a certain time frame, to make sure that you have your financial aid still available all the way through to graduation and your scholarships, because some of those scholarships are on a time limit and are only available for a certain number of semesters. That's why we want you to start that college and career exploration so early, even as 6th, 7th, 8th graders, to really understand your personality, your interests, your skills, what is long-term, what is you're interested in. So that way you can be more. Also, during your getting involved in different organizations that you might be interested in can really help with that. Juniors and seniors, definitely do job shadowing. I know a lot of friends that were in college and they were in a very specialized field like physical training. And they got to the part where they did their internship and they were like, I hate this so much. I don't like this field. And not just physical training, but many other fields as well. And they were like, they didn't like it, but now they have all these credits for it. So if you start now even as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, to start job shadowing, to get an idea of what that person does on a day-to-day basis, it will help you figure out what your major and what your career is. So do the career testing, the interest testing, meet with a career counselor during that freshman year and sophomore year. And don't be afraid to explore and visit different careers, get involved on campus with different organizations, and it'll really help you open up and find out what your interests are. So that way you can pick a major that fits you and you can graduate on time or as close to on time as possible and have all the financial aid that you finish.
Yeah. I think that's such an important thing that Kayla is saying, because it's like one of the things that I had with was I got into a major and I didn't think I would find a major that I would really truly enjoy until I started looking into this was time when I was at LSU, and they had a major that not all colleges have, which was communication studies, which is the study of different types of communication. And I absolutely fell in love with that major and the classes. So that's the importance of like really exploring, because I didn't think I would find a major that I would absolutely love, but I really enjoyed it. So definitely be willing to explore and look into things and see if you would really enjoy it.
Yes, yes, yes. And then somebody said about not sticking to your major. So there's nothing wrong with changing your major, but also remember that not sticking to your major will increase your time spent in college. So that means more money, and sometimes financial aid does run out. So just be sure that, by the end of sophomore year, you have declared a major. I know someone's question was about, should you go as undecided or to a junior college? That's not a bad thing to do. If you want to go to a junior college or a community college before moving to a four-year university to discover what you like and what you're good at, that's your path. So be sure to, figure that out for yourself. There's nothing wrong with going to community college first and then transferring to a university. Absolutely. Because one, you're saving money, which is the goal. And two, you're discovering more about yourself as you're on this college and career path. Because whatever you do at the time you graduate, after that, it's your story. It's time for you to make decisions for yourself.
And some of the schools don't even allow you to declare a major as a freshman because they want you to go through those prerequisites first and to be able to meet with like a career counselor and stuff like that. So it's better to know what area you want to be in rather than necessarily knowing exactly what major you want to be in. And then you can work with your career counselor to get a better idea. And you might like for myself, I know when I was working career counseling, I would explore different careers and realize that there were so many careers in the fields that I was majoring in that I didn't realize that I could be a part of with my degree, that weren't things that I thought that I was going to be doing. And sometimes, you finish your degree and you end up in a different field. Like I told y'all, I was a biology major and here I am doing essentially career counseling work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes.
So don't be afraid to try different things. Just keep an open mind. If you don't know what you want, just keep an open mind, and that'll help you.
Absolutely.
Any more questions for us?
None? Not even what's our favorite color?
Oh, I see we have two hands in the 10th grade class that was with me.
Ooh, what's y'all's questions?
Go.
What are the dorm rooms like in Southern?
So what are the dorm rooms like? So basically freshman year, they have about 2 to 3 designated dorms for freshmen. Depending on which one you in, most of the time you'll share a room with one other person, and it comes with like 2 beds, the usual stuff, a bed, a dresser, computer desk for everybody. And then you'll share a bathroom with the other people, but the entire suite consists of like 4 people. I mean, not 4, 8 people. So you and 7 other people will share a common area, but every 2 people are in their own bedrooms, and then you'll share a bathroom with whoever bedroom is connected to yours. And so dorm life is interesting. I didn't like it, but
I only had a sister growing up, and we both had our own room all the time. So I was like, yeah, this is not for me. So sometimes you have to try it out and then figure out it's not for you. Maybe you move on campus. Maybe you have extra money in your financial aid package to get a private room. So dorms are an interesting choice. It's an interesting experience as well, but I can say it's the community. So you may have somebody sell snacks. You have maybe in the dorm room you had a girl who do the sewings and the weaves. So it's a community. Like it's fun. You meet. That's a great way to meet new people in your dorm room. Sometimes some schools do like career matches. So you'll take like a quiz when you're applying for housing, and they'll match you with someone who is in your same major or someone who may come from a similar background as you or demographics. So it's all interesting and it's a great way to meet new people, but just, take that experience, see if you like it, see if you don't. And then if not, you'll know how to move forward with the rest of your years of college, whether you stay on campus or get an off campus apartment, or even if you're close enough to commute from home. So I would say, look at your options when it comes to housing and residential life when you're going to college.
And the colleges are always updating like their different residence halls and things like that. So don't be surprised if you see some brand new buildings, because a lot of them, they tear down old buildings, build new buildings. So it's different. It might be different. Like this year, the way they have it set up might be different to next year, the way they have it set up. But also like Darren was saying, like they may be different halls based on different things. So like there's a residence hall that might be just for students that are in the College of Business. Sometimes there's residence halls that are just for freshmen or just for lower classmen, and then residence halls just for upperclassmen. They now have, some of the schools will have ones that are set up like mini apartments. I personally stayed in off-campus housing that was connected, that was geared towards university students. So it wasn't connected to the university. It was off-campus housing, but for college students. So it was like college living apartments. So there's a lot of different options for going to school and where you're going to be living at.
Julie said, is college hard like a lot of people say it is? To be blunt, yes, college is college, no matter where you go.
It should be hard, actually. It should be hard, but it also should be fun. Like, you don't want to, like it's hard, but it's also, make sure you have fun too, because you don't want to just stress yourself in college and then not learn anything from it, because all you did was live in the library and, make sure you made A's on every test. But make sure you have fun and enjoy yourself.
So college is hard. Like learn.
You want to have fun.
That is the time. That's the time to discover yourself, learn more about yourself, your interests, your future, your aspirations. So you should be learning inside and outside of the classroom. And I'm just gonna put it like that with college.
College is meant to help grow you and stretch your capabilities. So there will be that you're like, this is very hard. There are other times that you may be like, I got this. This is good. I think everyone has had a semester where their workload for school was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can make it through this semester. Send help. I need send help. I don't know what I just did. Yeah. And then you have other semesters that are like, I'm taking basket weaving. I am fine.
Right. And I think that's the biggest thing.
Class, like,
I think the biggest thing too is just the transitioning. Is like the accountability. The only person you're accountable to is yourself. There's no one that's going to be after you at all whatsoever. So it's also, you have to go into this time where you have to discipline yourself too, and you're responsible for your actions and stuff like that. But the big thing is, and this is a really important thing, is do not be afraid to ask for help. I did all the tutoring, like you were hearing some of us, we did some tutoring, because yes, college is going to have tough classes, but this is where you make your study groups and you make a community. With the amount of times when the classes are hard, you really do bond with the people in the class because you're all in it together. And then they also typically have resources for you to get through that too. So even though it's harder in some classes, the big thing is like, you're not the only one that it's going to be hard for. So find those communities, plug in. I know a lot of times people get group me's and they make a group me of the classes. There's just so many resources to, yes, it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's not impossible and you grow from it too.
Right. So before we leave, we're just gonna each leave you with a piece of advice to keep in the back of your mind as you're going through, the rest of this school year and future school years by the time you graduate. So Izzy, I'll let you start.
Oh man, I was just thinking about it too. Well, let's see. I think some of the advice I already said is like one of the biggest thing is don't be afraid to ask for help. Like there's no problem for asking for like I need help with tutoring, because that was something that I had to learn too. Is like I thought I could do this, but I couldn't. But the other thing is also like be willing to have an open mind, but then also just to make wise decisions, because college is so many things and you just have to be willing to try new things, new communities, new clubs and everything. But it's also important to take a deep breath and just to like take one day at a time sometimes, because it may feel very overwhelming, but you're going to be okay.
Okay. I always like to tell students like yourselves that when you get to college, or even now, be authentically you. And I promise you that will take you far. Like, it's okay if you don't fit in with a crowd. It's okay if, you feel like that you're different from the person sitting next to you. That is fine, because college is about discovering who you are and finding the people who accept you for being authentically yourself. So be you. And like I said earlier, you learn inside and outside of the classrooms. And a lot of life lessons are learned outside of the classroom and at college. So yeah, be yourself and learn and grow.
One thing I would just have to say is just when you get to college, enjoy yourself. Do not, like I said, do not stress yourself, because that's not going to equal a good thing. You want equal parts, and know what you're there for. Like I said, enjoy yourself, but know you're there for school. You're there for college. You have all these tops, all this free money. You do not want to lose it. So know why you're there. Keep that GPA high, and enjoy yourself.
My piece of advice for the remainder of the school year for you is to finish strong. So I know all of y'all are probably at that point where you're hitting the wall, where you're like, oh, I'm just ready for summer. I'm ready to be done. And I know my seniors, y'all probably have that senioritis. And you're like, it's coming up to proms. And, if y'all have class trips or anything like that, and you're just like, I'm done. I am spent. But don't give up. Finish strong to make sure that you are still preparing yourself for what's to come next. So, take it day by day, enjoy yourself, but don't give up, don't quit. You're almost there.
Yeah, we have one last question before we go. Someone said, what are sororities like? We can't answer that. None of us are in sororities, but Brian is actually a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, so he may be able to answer that question for you guys.
Well, I'm in a fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporation, but fraternities and sororities, they're somewhat similar. They're somewhat like it's just like a big brotherhood or sisterhood. And we spend a lot of time together, learn a lot of stuff about each other, but we also there to help and to be there for one another. And I'm pretty sure sororities are the same thing. Like on this call now, we have a few people in different sororities. So
we do
find one that interests you, and find one that you like, and make sure that you do your research on the different ones that they have, so that the one that you like, that you might be able to join when the opportunity is open for you.
And look, we have an office of Greek life as well. So you can, it's usually under student affairs. So, you can probably connect with them too, and they can connect you with someone that's in a sorority or fraternity that you're interested in. So even as being let's see, that was from one of our 10th graders. Even, being in 10th grade or 11th grade, 12th grade, you could still start learning about those sororities and fraternities, because there's different divisions for sororities and fraternities. And they generally, some of them have different requirements. So I know a lot of times you see on TV that sororities and fraternities are about having parties and just having fun, but they have GPA requirements. They do community service work. So there's a lot of other components to it. So make sure that, you could do a little bit of research and find out which one is going to be the right fit for you.
Yes. Someone said, what is the last grade in college? Senior year and graduation, definitely.
Yeah, so they kind of stopped doing grade levels. It's just once you get a certain number of credit hours. So every course you take is a number of credit hours. So typically one course, so like an English 101 might be 3 credit hours. So a typical freshman will have 24 credit hours. So your degree will have a certain number of credit hours that you have to complete. So once you meet a certain number of hours, you go from being a lower classman to an upperclassman. So some people take 4 years to graduate. Some people take 7, 8 years to graduate. That depends upon the number of, so it's not that you're repeating a grade level, right? If you change your major or you have to repeat some classes because you're required to get a C in that class to move on to the next class, or something like that, then it's not necessarily a grade level. But I mean, if you wanted to call on grades, I guess you could say up to 16. But truly, it's just based on the number of credit hours that you've earned for your degree that then classifies you as lower class or upperclassmen.
Right.
Yeah. What type of clubs does Southern University have? Southern has all types of clubs, like Izzy said. You can make your own club, your own organization if you don't find something that you're interested in. For example, we have the NAACP, the Public Relations Student Society of America, the Engineering Club. We have a natural hair club at Southern. We also had, I forgot, it's a girl empowerment club. I can't remember the name of it right now, but literally, these are clubs that people saw a need for and they went and created it. They just went to the Office of Student Life and said, hey, I want to do this club because they don't have something that I'm interested in, and they fill out the proper paperwork. So yeah, the clubs just depend on personal interest. You'll find something that you're interested in, and if not, start your own. That's usually how clubs work at majority universities.
Absolutely.
Any last question, guys, before we let you guys, we know you guys are about to go to lunch into your next classes.
I know I can't wait for lunch. I'm ready.
Well, we want to thank you guys for attending. We hope you got some information. We love the questions, so keep them coming. We want to thank LSU again for being here today to share with us. And have a great rest of your school year. If we don't talk to you guys again, or if we're not at your schools doing events.
Yeah, and thank you to our teachers and to our counselors, inviting everyone and taking time with us. We hope you got a lot of great information.
Yes.
So seniors, there's only a few weeks left of high school. Please be sure you are dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. Make sure that you get your financial aid and that you are ready for school in the fall.
Yes. And Izzy watches anime. So if you want to talk to Izzy about anime, head on over to social media at mlca.freshman, and it'll be mlca.sophomore.junior and .senior. If you have any more questions for us, we'll feel free to talk to us or hit us up on Instagram. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.